This is Mike with Tag Roofing and Restoration. We are here at the Peeples residence on Hardin Avenue in Piqua, Ohio to do a roadiness repairability test. Insurance has agreed to pay for some spot repairs, and we are concerned with the structural integrity of these shingles being compromised while performing those repairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate that, obviously. So we've got an area here where a lot of this is already unsealed. So the shingle that we are doing this on is already unsealed as well. But while we're doing these, we like to consider several different things. First off, whenever we go to manipulate these shingles, are they pliable enough to even be manipulated? If they bend, crack, tear, rip, or crease, obviously that means that it's going to continue happening throughout that system, and that's non-repairable. It is causing further damage to the entire system. Whenever you go to separate those seals, are you getting material transfer from one shingle to the other? Meaning, is the adhesive material in the bottom of one or the bottom of another going to stick to a separate shingle that is installed after it has been repaired? You also have to think of around those creases and the cracks and all that, the granular loss, which is, the shingle's main point is its water shedding ability. As those granulars fall off, you lose that ability, and it just weakens the system over time. And then another thing that we like to think about is the nails. Whenever you are removing them from one shingle and then you are inserting or repairing it with a new shingle, getting those same nails back into the holes is obviously a little difficult. Depending on the size of nails, the type of nails, from one contractor to the next, there could be some difficulties. And then obviously you're also looking at the fact is there compatible materials that can be used with these shingles, as sometimes they have been discontinued. So that's just a couple things we like to keep in mind. So again, like I said, I am doing this on a shingle that has already been unsealed. A lot of these have in this area already been, as you go up, you can kind of see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of manipulate this to a degree that it would need to be to get a flush hammer or nail in there. But one thing that we did notice again is you can kind of see it right here where these spots are. That's that material, that adhesive from the bottom of the one shingle coming up onto the top of that next shingle, which obviously is just going to cause more problems down the line. So again, we are not intentionally going to try and damage these, but you do have to keep in mind that you have to manipulate these to a certain degree to where you can get, like I said, a flush hammer or nail gun down in there, because anything other than that, you're driving sideways into the wood, and that's not something that you ever want to do. So again, these all are going to have to be manipulated multiple times in that same fashion. And then again, just lightly rubbing this here. Yeah, it started to crack right here almost. It's not doing it everywhere, but you can definitely see it's not as bad down here because this doesn't have as much resistance. But you can clearly see where it is starting to create that crease or that crack across the top of these shingles anytime we go to manipulate them. And again, you've seen the angle that I lifted that up to. That is not anything intentional. These shingles are non-repairable. Anytime we go to manipulate one, it is going to cause consequential damage to the systems around it. This is a failed brittleness test. Again, this roof is non-repairable.